What's going on, Sumolings? Thank you so much for joining us for another product walkthrough webinar. I am Lindsay, and today I am joined by the team over at Modern Events Calendar. Modern Events Calendar is a WordPress plugin that allows you to easily create, manage, and sell events straight from your site. It is starting at $59 for a lifetime deal right now on AppSumo. But before we dive into the walkthrough, let's go over a few quick things. As y'all know, you can go ahead and tell us about your use case, what kind of events you want to throw over in the chat room. If you have any questions about the tool, the deal, how to get set up, anything like that, go ahead and leave those questions in the Q&A box down below this video, and we'll circle back to those at the end of the walkthrough. And the last thing is that there will be a replay of this, so if you need to step out, you can. If you want to watch this 1,000 more times, you could do that too. I won't stop you. And yeah, that's it for me. Hey, Hakan, how are you doing?
Thank you very much. I'm fine. So hi, everyone. I'm very excited to be here. So I'm the Executive Sales Assistant in Modern Events Calendar company, Web News, and also the assistant to the product manager as well. So I'm here today to explain to you the basics for Modern Events Calendar, and so how we can use it, how we can create our events, and also sell them online. But before that, as Lindsay said as well, Modern Events Calendar is a product by which you can actually create your events easily, then adjust them, their settings, and you can use your different payment gateways in order to sell them on your website without the need for any other like third-party tools. One of the great things about this tool is that, first of all, it has a lot of features. Unfortunately, we cannot cover all these features in this webinar, but you can actually find them in its app and also some of its add-ons that you can find on our own website. So let's get us started with how to actually install it on our WordPress website, then how we can actually add an event, how we can adjust the settings, and then how we can sell our tickets on our website. Then I'll show you how to create different pages for your calendar, because sometimes some people need to, create different pages for their calendars and to have their different events on different calendars. So for that, I will show you how to have different calendars and different pages of your website, and how you can change your views and skins for those short codes. And in the end, I'll tell you how many payment gateways do we have that you can actually use them to sell your events. And then we'll get to the question and answer part. So now I'm going to share my screen for you to start with actually having this app installed. So for those users who purchase the Modern Events Calendar from AppSumo, they can come to webnews.net, our website, and by clicking on a user button in the top menu, they can log into their accounts. I already logged in with my colleague's account, Jessica, and I can log out and log in again, but there's no need to do that, I guess. When you logged into your account using the user and password you actually entered when you redeemed your code for AppSumo, you will be redirected to the downloads page where all the apps from webnews.net are actually there, and you can download them. So in this page, which is the purchase history, you can see purchase details, downloads, changelog. This is the sidebar menu you can use. You need to click on downloads, and from plugins, you can click on Modern Events Calendar to get it downloaded from the website. So here I'm not going to download it because I already got it for this end. Then you have got to go to your WordPress website and log into your WordPress. When you're logged in, from the plugin section, install plugins, add new. It takes a bit of time since it's actually running on a local network. You have to go to your plugins and add new in order to install Modern Events Calendar on your WordPress website. So here I will click on Upload Plugin, then choose File, and then definitely, probably you will have it on your desktop, just like I did, and you will double click on it and click on Install. So this is a very simple thing. I know everybody knows how to do that, but you need to actually go over it once to make sure everyone knows it is different with its light version, because some of the users maybe are using the free version and they think that they can activate the pro version by actually adding the license key into the light version or the free version. This is not possible. You need to actually install the pro version separately and get the that license key to activate it separately as well. So you have got to wait for like 1 minute or less than that in order for the plugin to install. And meanwhile, you could go back to your account, your dashboard on webness.net, and go to purchase details. In purchase details, you can see the apps you purchased from webness.net, and here you can find your actually invoice details and licenses, what we need for our app in order to activate it. So I'll click on view licenses. And you will see a key icon here. When you click on it, you can copy your license key and go back to your plugin here. Okay, it's installed. You can click on Activate Plugin. And when it is activated, it will be actually added to the left sidebar menu of your WordPress. You can see the icon of Modern Events Calendar here soon. So we have Modern Events Calendar here. You'll click on it to go to its dashboard. Yep, we're here. You can see its different parts, the announcements, newsletter, and video tutorial for the basics of Modern Events Calendar as well. And during the next section, we've got Modern Events Calendar Activate. In order to activate it, you will just paste the license key you got, and for the number of licenses you actually purchased it. Here is one license in this case, so I'll click on Submit. And hopefully it is, yeah, activated already. Okay, now you've got Modern Events Calendar activated on our website, and that was the easy part. Now, we're going to add an event and adjust the settings to have, for example, our ticket sold for our event. For that purpose, first I'll go to my settings in Modern Events Calendar under Modern Events Calendar menu. Then in the settings, I'll go to booking. I'll make sure that booking is enabled because I want to sell tickets. In order to sell tickets, you need to enable the booking from the settings at first. But if you don't want to sell tickets, or you want to have, just display some events on your website, you don't have to sell anything, so you don't have to enable the booking feature here. But in this case, in this use case, I have to enable this. And we have some options here that I will actually explain to you later on in this webinar. So let's create our first event. Let me tell you something. We need to actually create an event. We need to have a calendar page as well. So we want to have our event and display it on a calendar to show on what date it is. And then our users, visitors who come to our website will click on it. They will go to the single event page and they will be able to book our event. So first I'm going to create the event, and then I'm going to create a shortcode, which is the calendar page. So let's get started. Click on Add Event. Now, in this section, you can see that it's a simple WordPress backend editor that you can use for all your use cases. But here in this video, we are going to actually help those people who are not very WordPress geek as well. But it's very simple. You have the title, you have the description for your event, and then there are two sections which are which actually they belong to Modern Events Calendar. In this settings section that I opened, I need to correct something. So I told you that you need to come to booking, right? And enable the booking. But never forget to click and save changes. Since I'm actually using the webinar displayed on this button, so I didn't see that. I'm sorry for that. So I'm going to refresh this page because it will add another section to add event section. So you can see here we have the title, the description, and event details, and then the booking section. So I'm going to add my first event, which is volleyball course, right? This is my description for it. Sorry, my title. Now I'm gonna write a description here. I don't want it to be too long. Okay. Now, date and time section. So in this section, it's very easy. You're going to actually choose the time that this event is going to start. I'm going to choose 19th of, for example, current month, September, up until, for example, December 31st. Then does my event start during the day? For example, it starts at 9 and it ends up until 5 in the evening. You have 3 other options. All day event. If I check this box, then the duration of this event for a day would be, not necessary, because an all day event will start, 24 hours. It is always, ongoing. But I don't want this. I want a, start time and an end time. Then you can actually hide the event time for your visitors or attendees who want to book the event, so they don't see the time. So in some cases, people might need that. So there's a checkbox for that. Or you can hide the event end time. So this is actually, you can use them based on your needs and the nature of your event. Also, you can add some notes to your time. For example, I can write this event might take up until 6 p.m. or something like that. So if I add it here, then when I actually add my event on my single event page, this note will be written under the time section for it. Now let's go to the next section, event repeating. So most of our events, when we actually add them to our calendar, they might have some repeats. So in Modern Events Calendar, we have all types of repeats. We have every weekday repeat, every weekend repeat, certain weekdays that, for example, if you choose it, you can choose the days that you want your event to be repeated on those particular days. And also you will have repeated based on the weeks, weekly, and you can actually set an interval for that. For example, 1 break in between. You will have monthly, you can have yearly, and you can have also custom days that you can actually add a start date or an end date like this, and add another one for that purpose, again, underneath. And also you will have an advanced one where you can actually have like 5 weeks in a month and choose those days for your occurrences, that you can choose them like, for example, this. But in this case, we're going to go with certain weekdays, for example, Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. And then you can end this repeat, like, is it going to end on a particular, for example, date? For example, the next month, October 16th, it would be finished, then I can choose this date for it. But I don't want it to end then, because I said it would be finished by 31st of October. Then it could also end after, for example, you can see here 10 occurrences of an event. So we have these notes next to these fields that you can also use them. But if you click on read more, you will also be directed to the documentation page as well. So don't worry about anything. All of these features are actually explained in these notifications, and also where you can click on read more and read about them. But this one, then you actually add a number here, for example, 15, 16, or whatever number you want. After that particular, occurrences of that event, the event will be finished and it won't be repeated anymore. So here, I don't want it to finish. And here we have a show only one occurrence of this event. You will find this in general options in the settings of Modern Events Calendar. This is for some of the events that they have, repeats like every day. If you want it to be displayed on the calendar just once, then you can check this box. But I don't want to check this box because I want to, show all the dates that this event, all of its occurrences on the calendar. So I'm not going to check this box for that. In the next section, we will have our schedule. So the hourly schedule is actually the schedule that you're going to have during one day of your event. So you will tell your audience or attendees that, for example, from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., what is gonna be happening in this event during this, 8 hours, 7 hours of event. So here, I'm going to add this occurrence for volleyball. You will add here in your schedule, for example, from 9 a.m. to, for example, 12 or noon, we will have a first aid course. And you can actually add the title here that I just put the title. Then you can add a description for it as well, that what is going on in this, for example, part of your event from 9 to 12 or noon. Then you can add another one by clicking on add again. And you say from, for example, 1 to 6 p.m. Sorry, I should actually add these. 1 p.m. and a.m. Here would be 1:30 p.m. Okay. We are going to have CSP, for example, and the description for it should be added in front of it. So this hourly schedule is going to be displayed on a single event page so that your audience or attendees know what is going on during a single event or a single occurrence of this event, or the single day, I would say. So you can add more of our schedules, but I just added 2, just as an example here. In the next section, we have location or venue. So I didn't actually create a location before, but you can see from the left side menu of your WordPress, you can see that you've got locations, labels, organizers. You can add them beforehand, before you go to create your event. And that's, that's a better suggestion. I think it's very good if you create your locations, your organizers, the speakers, and you set them up and then go on to create your events, because that will make everything more easier. Here you will just choose that location from drop-down menu. So that's easier. But in any case, I'm going to show you how to insert a new location right from here, the editor page. When you click on insert a new location, the second one, you will have a location name, but I'm going to choose this one in front of it. Let's change the location here with location in England, for example, London, and you will need a latitude and longitude. So for that, I chose the latlong.net website, where you can write the name of the city or place and then find, and it will give you the latitude and also the longitude for that city or location. And the location website, for example, we're going with webness.net, and then you will have to choose an image for a location. Then we are going to choose a sample image here for location as well. So this is all about the location. You can add actually more locations later, that I will show you how to do that later on. There is also the checkbox here, don't show map in single event page, where it doesn't show map for you. But if you want to use Google Maps, if you have the instructions or documentations, you can just follow the instructions and have Google Maps displayed on a single event page as well. We will talk about it later. Next section is links. So you can have an event link, but if you actually add a new event link here, then when the attendees click on your event link, or I mean on your event title, for example, they won't be directed to your event single event page. They actually will be directed to this link that you will add here. But I'm not going to add a link here because I want my users to be directed to my single event page here. But as I said, if you want them to be directed to another page, for example, you have another page or on a page, for example, you have described something about this event, and it is not on your own website, and you want your users to go to that website, then you can actually add the link for the event here, and they will be directed to that page on the other website. And for example, they will be able to book the event on that other website. So this link here, if you add it, somehow you won't have a single event page. The next link is more info. So you can have some creativity here. You can add any kind of links here, extra links that you want your users to have a look at. For example, let's say you can add a Zoom link webinar or something here, .com, something like that, just to give an example. And I will write webinar link here, for example. So in this case, in your single event page that I will display to you later, show you later, on your right side, there will be a link, extra link, for example, for a webinar on Zoom, for example. So if your event needs, to be online or something, then you can actually use this link to take your audience to that kind of, for example, webinar. Or not only, I'm not actually just talking about the webinar itself, but I'm saying that if you need any other pages or extra information about that event to, present your audience with it, then you can add the link for it here. And you have two options here in this drop down. You can actually take them to that website right away by current window. It will open the new page in the current window, or you can add, click on new window, which will take the audience to another window where it will show them the link you wanted. So this is about the links. I think was very simple. Then we have the organizer. You can add multiple organizers. Again, I said I didn't create organizers here before because we are going to start, I said, from basics for Modern Events Calendar, and this is just a new Modern Events Calendar installed here, so we don't have anything on it. So then you go to the organizers. Again, you will click on insert a new organizer, and then you have to fill the form for the organizer itself as well. So let's use the samples here. Name, phone number, email address, and link to the organizer website. And then we can choose an image for it as well. Sorry. Okay. As I said before, you can also add more organizers as well, but I will show you how to do it later. Then in the next section, we have cost. In the cost section, you will write the price for tickets or for an event, actually, for booking your event, I could say. So I write, for example, $59 here. This can be actually displayed on your sidebar, left sidebar on a single event page. I will show you later where it is displayed. Then the last part, we have got this SEO schema, search engine optimization schema for Google that actually updated it after the COVID-19 outbreak. So if your event got postponed, canceled, or moved online or something, you can actually choose these options for it. So it will actually tell the schema that what's going on with your event, and it will actually improve the optimization for your event on Google. For example, the page for your event would rank up if it has been optimized using this schema, because you have to define these for Google itself. So that's why you should actually use them in this section. We are just going to actually have it done as scheduled because we have scheduled it. It has not been started. It didn't start yet. So I'm just going to leave it on schedule. Let's go to the next part, booking options. So in this section, first we're going to start with this unlimited checkbox. What is it? So if you want to sell, for example, some tickets to your attendees, and you have a limitation for that, for example, you need just 30 attendees and not more, then you can actually add a limitation here and only sell 30 tickets in this field. But if you don't have any limitations, then you can actually use this unlimited checkbox by checking it, and then you can actually sell as much tickets as you like. So that's how it works in this first section. I'm not going to actually check this box. I'm going to set it to 30, for example. Then in the next section, we've got discount for locked-in members. So on some websites, people have like user dashboard for their audience or for their users. So they can log in to their website first and then move on to buy the events or buy the tickets themselves. For this section, I believe you need the user dashboard add-on for Modern Events Calendar. You have to purchase it. on our own website in order to give this ability to users to be able to log in and have roles, different roles, in order to purchase the tickets for different prices. And with that, you will also have this possibility to let your audience log in and submit their events and sell them on your website, and have the actually amount of money from the sales of their events transferred directly to their accounts. And the commission will also go to your account directly, to the admin's account directly. So user dashboard and is a very, I could say, practical add-on in this use case. So in this one, you can actually see that it has been written, if you have a series of events and you want to sell all of them at once, this option is for you. So if you want to sell all your tickets, as it says here, so you can check this box as well. It means that if a user comes to your website and wants to, for example, take part in all of the occurrences of a single event, for example, we have a volleyball course here and it has like 20 occurrences in 20 days, or sorry, on 20 days. So in this case, if you check this box, the person who books the event will actually somehow book all the occurrences of your single event with only purchasing one ticket. But if you uncheck this box, then that user has got to click on each occurrence of the event and get a ticket for that particular day. So I'm going to check this box for this event. So if someone purchases a ticket, she will actually be attending all of the occurrences of this volleyball course. Okay, let's get to the next section, total user booking limits. So this is something that will actually be somehow defined from or set from settings itself. You can find it in the booking section, settings under Modern Events Calendar. In the booking section, you can actually set it there as well. But so if you check this box for inherit from global options, it will actually get it from the settings. But I will uncheck this and I will change it here and I'll tell you what is it. This says that each user or each, I could say, attendee who wants to book your event has a limit to purchase tickets. For example, each user can only purchase 2 tickets or purchase 3 tickets. So I'll define here that a user cannot purchase more than 2 tickets. So this one is good when you want to have a limitation on selling a ticket to a single person, so that not a person comes, for example, and purchases all the tickets for himself or herself. So you can actually choose the number of tickets that each person can purchase here. If that person tries to purchase more events using another email, yeah, it could be possible, but another some kind of firewall that we thought about that could stop the users from doing that is the IP restriction that I will show you in the settings. It's always enabled, but you can disable it if you want. Sorry, it's a good security option because if someone wants to purchase more than 2 tickets in this case, for example, and so he thinks that he's very smart and this kind of things, and he wants to use another email address to purchase 2 more tickets, then the IP restriction will check the IP of the person, and if he's actually connecting with the same IP to purchase 2 more tickets, still the system would not let him to purchase the 2 other tickets as well using any other new email addresses. So in the settings, it's enabled. And as I said, it's a good thing. You can find it in actually booking options again. I will show you later. Next section is tickets. You need to know that for each event, you have to add tickets. You actually must add tickets in order to see the register button or the booking option on your single event page. So by clicking on add a ticket, you will have these fields and you have to fill them in one by one. So the ticket name is volleyball course. The start time 8 a.m., end time 6 p.m. Sorry. So we have a description for it. We'll add a description. You'll add the price. Let me tell you something. In the previous section, I added a price in event details. That price is just to be displayed on the single event page. It is not the price that you'll actually click for register and pay it. The price that you will pay is the price that you're actually entering here in the ticket section. So you will add 59 without any labels, any currencies. See, you will add the label of your currency here in the field in front of it, because if you add it here, then it will not work properly. Then you can write the number of available tickets. For example, here we have 20, and you can also check the box for unlimited tickets are available, but in this case, no, they're not available. And also in the next field, we have the minimum tickets. So what does this say? You can actually set a minimum, limitation or restriction for users. For example, there are some events that if someone wants to somehow reserve them, he needs to actually book at least 3 tickets, and less than that is not possible. So to say that to your users, you can actually write the number of the minimum number of tickets available for each person here in this field. So if you write 3, if a user wants to actually book your event, he needs to actually purchase at least 3 tickets for that case. But we're not going to set a limit here because we don't need that for this event as well. Then we have another option that, for example, a lot of people want to actually go on to sell their tickets for their events before they even start. So if they have, for example, 50 tickets and they want to sell them, they'll try to sell them, for example, 1 hour, 2 hours, or a week, or a month, or a day before they even start. So this is the place where you actually you can set it here. For example, I will set 2 days to stop selling tickets, 2 days before they even start, because for example, estimation is that I've sold all events, for example, 2 days before they even start. And for some other use cases, maybe you need to stop selling tickets a few hours, a day, or a week before your event, start. So you can set a number here. You can choose it per hour. For example, if you want to stop selling tickets 10 hours before they even start, or you can choose a day, for example, 1 day before they even start. But here again, for this example, I don't want to set a limit for that. The next part, which is very useful in a lot of events, is price per date. I'll try to say them a little bit slower. So we have the price per date, and we can use it since, for example, for some events, for example, this volleyball course, I want to sell my tickets at the beginning of the sales cheaper, like $59. But after a few days, if someone wants to book the event again and there are some tickets left, then I want to raise this price a little bit and sell it a little bit, more expensive. So for that use case, I can choose, for example, the date of, for example, 1st of October to the end of the event, which is December 31st. And in this, time interval, I want to sell my ticket for more than $59, for example, for $69. And I will add the label again in front of it, not next to it. So in this case, I'm going to sell my ticket more expensive than I will sell it at the beginning of my event. But you can do different things with it. So you have a lot of options there. You can add more price per date and for different, for example, dates here. So that's your choice. And you can actually choose this option and try it out. I'm going to remove this. So we are going to sell the tickets a little bit more expensive from the beginning of the next month in this use case. The next parts are excerpt, discussion, author, and revolution slide options, which are for my WordPress. These don't have anything to do with Modern Events Calendar. So setting up an event using the WordPress editor was that simple. You have a title, you have a description, then you have your event details, which are very much straightforward, are not difficult, I think. And then you have the booking options, which are a little bit maybe more complicated, but still very easy to use. And as I said, we have these tips next to all of these fields that you can click on them, and you can also click on, for example, read more and go to the documentation of it as well to understand better how that option, for example, works. But before we publish or save draft this event or post type, we have some features at the right side menu here that it's good to set them up, because they will actually help SEO, search engine optimization, at the same time, and also they will help us, filter out our events when we want to filter our shortcode or calendar page, because maybe you will have 10 events and you want to show 5 of them on a particular shortcode. So if you have tags, if you have categories, if you have labels, you have more options to filter them out for a single calendar page. For example, to tell the calendar page to show these particular events. So here, I'm going to add some tags, categories, and also the label. Let's start with tags. So I'm going to write sports here. Sports events. I'm going to write volleyball course. Then I'm going to add a category. There's a button for that here. I will click on add new category and I'll write volleyball. And that's it. I have added volleyball from a category. This category later on will help me filter out this event to show it on a particular shortcode. I'll tell you later. Then the event color, you can change it to blue, to anything. By clicking here, you can change it to any color you like. I'm going to choose yellow here. And then you have event labels and featured image. So featured image is very important for your single event page. You need to be careful with this featured image, because a lot of users ask us that what is the proper image size for the featured image. It's more than in width, I'm saying 1300 length. So in width it should be more than that. But if you set this featured image, your single event page will be more pretty, beautiful. So definitely try to set this featured image for your events. For my volleyball event, I'm going to choose this first image here. Okay, it's loaded, but I don't have even labels. So why? Unfortunately, from the WordPress editor, you cannot create a label here. But from the left side menu, you can click on labels. Go to labels page. I have my edit event page open here. I didn't close it because I didn't save it, but I opened this in a new tab. So you can actually create a label for yourself. So I'm going to go with my volleyball course here as my label, because later on I can actually, as I said, filter it. You can add a slug for it. I'm not going to do that. You can add description here as well. So I'm going to add a little bit of a description for this label as well. I can set a color for it. I'm going to set a little bit of a dark gray, because I somehow know the design of a single page already. And you have different types of styles, normal, featured, or canceled. My event is not canceled, but I think it is featured. So I'm going to use the featured here, and I'm going to click on add new label, and I'll have a new label here. Well, of course. So I'll go back to my single event page here. I will save the draft because I've done a lot here. I don't want it to get lost. So you will save the draft. And publish it as well. Okay, it's going to be published. Okay, it is not saved. I think there might be something technical wrong with this. Okay. I think I need to set this here again. There's something like with my run with my local WordPress, I think. Sorry for that. So I'm gonna do it as fast as I can. So it's, as I said, it's as simple as you saw. You will have your event repeats on certain days. Add your hourly schedule. It's not a bad thing. I have to say them again. I'm so sorry, but it's actually good for those who are actually began using this Modern Events Calendar. So I'm going to set my hourly schedule, just as you see, add a new one, just like this. And my description for my hourly schedule, then my location, event location, longitude, and latitude using the latlog.net that I said, my website, and my image. Then links, as I said, zoomlink.com, and here is Zoom webinar. And I want to open it in my new window. Then I have organizer. I will edit as well. John Smith, his phone number, email address, and link to website. And his image. Where's John? Okay, fine. Cost $59. A bit expensive, I guess. And schema, which I don't need to change it. Then we have the booking. I said we can write 30. We don't have discounts for locked-in members. Sale occurrence by one booking. No, we don't want to book all of them at once. We want to change global options. Total user booking, the limit that they can book. Each person can book a ticket, 2 at least. In this case, I'm gonna leave it to 0. It's okay because it might make it a little bit difficult. Okay, ticket name. Then we got the description for our ticket. Come purchase it for a volleyball course. You're gonna learn how to play volleyball, the price, and the label. Available tickets would be 20 or something. Yes, I'm gonna go with 30. Minimum tickets for each person. No, we don't have a stop selling. No, we don't want to do that. We want to sell tickets when the event is going on. Price per ticket. Yes, we're going to change the price from the beginning of October up until December. Change it to $69. Okay. So I'm going to publish this one. And preview the page. Okay, it's going to load it. Good. Meanwhile, I'm going to add the tags as well. I don't know why it's taking a bit of time. Strange. So the color is yellow, label is volleyball course, category is volleyball, and our featured images, if it is saved already. Okay. So let this be saved. I'm going to the next page, which is all events. I want to show you how to use the wizard as well. So this was the editor itself. But we have a wizard as well if you want to add event here. So these are my events. Some of them are, actually predefined, I could say, events that are actually already built in Modern Events Calendar. So you can see This is one of my events that was not saved. I don't know why, but this is the other that was saved, hopefully. So you can see the category, City Hall, organizer John Smith, I have them here. The rest of them are actually pre-built into Modern Events Calendar as sample events that you can, use them to know how to create your events. But why I came to this all events page here, I wanted to show you how to use the wizard, because we have a wizard as well. If you click on add event here, you will be taken to a wizard where it will make it very, very much easier to create an event. You can write your event name, which is basketball course, for example, here. You can choose a color for it, for example, green, and click on next. That's simple. Then you'll have its date. For example, it'll start from 23rd of, for example, September. The timing would be from 10 a.m. to, for example, 8 p.m. And it is not an all-day event. I want the time here. So you can see some of the features you saw on WordPress editor are actually available here as well. Again, next. Then you can add a location. I'm going to add the same location, City Hall, because when you create a location in an event on your WordPress editor, it will be added in your location menu on the left side under Modern Events Calendar settings. So you will have that location and you can add it to your other events just in a drop down. So that's very easy. I don't want to show the map. Yes, I don't want to show the map. I can show it. So let's just show the map. Then I will disable it from the settings to learn something more. Then click on next. Now we got the organizer. Again, we've created an organizer, John Smith. I'm going to choose it from here. Click next. You have categories, but you can create a category here as well. By clicking on add a new category, you can write the name, which is basketball in this case, and enter. It will be added to your categories as well. I'm adding these categories, as I said before, I want to filter my events based on their categories in shortcuts later. So definitely add categories. That's very good if even you have a search bar in your on your calendar page or on your website, because it will make it easier for users to search, for example, for an event based on category, right? So click on next here. Then we have the description again, as you can see. I'm going to add the description for the basketball course. I don't want it to be too long, a paragraph. So yeah, that's better. Click on next again and set the featured image of yours. I'm going to choose this as my featured image. Okay, and again, next. Okay, we're all done. You can view your event. But if I click on my event, maybe the page would not look very good as what I really, think they would look. So you see, you don't have a sidebar. You just have, export to iCal or export to Google Calendar or add to Google Calendar and a countdown for the event to start and a comment section. So nothing easier, but you want it to be better than this. Let me tell you how to do that. So after you're done with this, just click on this exit button and you will be redirected to this page. Okay, the page is refreshed and you can see that we have the basketball course and volleyball course. Let's get back to our volleyball course here in the WordPress backend. Refresh the page, see if it is saved already. I don't know what is going on here. There's something wrong with my local host, I guess. Okay, so I have it here. I will choose the category for it as well, add the tags sports. Volleyball and sports events. Okay, so these three tags, I have it volleyball, very good. The color is yellow, the volleyball label is here. Okay, I have my featured image. I will choose it. I click on set featured image. I'm so sorry for this incident. I know this technical incident, and I'll click on publish. So now my volleyball course is also created. Okay. Now that I have this course, I'll click on preview changes to see how does it look. Definitely here, I don't have the sidebar as well because I need to actually enable it. Yeah, you can see that there is no sidebar here. So for that, you'll go to appearance, widgets, and you will see here make single sidebar items. you will drag and drop it in Mac single sidebar. See? So I have all these options that I actually set in my single event page. I want to show date, time, module. I want to show even cost. I want to show more info because I added a Zoom link there. I want to show event label. I added one. Event location, definitely. Categories, organizer. I don't have a speaker, so I'm not going to actually add it here. You can find it in Maxi. Speakers are here. You can go to actually settings and enable the speakers from settings, and then it will be added to the menu of Modern Events Calendar, and you can add the speakers just like we added organizers. And that's so simple. They will be added to your single event page, or actually edit event page, and there you can add your speaker just like the added organizer or locations. So that's just the same idea. But if you ask yourself, so where is the speaker? We don't see it in the menu. You have to go to the settings of Modern Events Calendar first, and then you will have the speaker module, and you need to enable it, just like what we did with the booking module. We enabled it first. So we're not going to go there. Let's just continue here. We want the register button because we want to sell events. Then you can show your attendees if anyone books your event, but here in this case, we don't check this box. Next, previous module, which is for your upcoming events or previous events. You can show them on your single event page. You don't need it here, really. Social module to share your event. So the attendees come to your single event page, or the visitors, they can share your event on social media, Facebook, everywhere. Weather module, I'm not gonna check this box. It's easy to set up the weather module. Still, you will go to settings, to the modules, and you will enable the weather module. Then you will go to our documentation and just follow the instructions. It's very easy to set up your weather module if it's very important for you to show what is the weather like, where your event is going to be held. So you can actually enable it and show it on your single event page. Then we have Google Maps. I'm gonna check this, and QR code as well. If you have, for example, the ticket and invoice add-on, and you want to scan the QR codes on the venue where your attendees actually come to the event, then you can actually, if you have the ticket and invoice add-on, you can simply scan their QR codes and verify if they've purchased the event or not, or if they have attended the event or not, sorry. Somehow you can check in your users using the ticket and invoice and this QR code. So it's a very useful module for Modern Events Calendar. I'm going to save this. When you save this, I'm going to go back to my edit event page. I'm going to click on preview changes again, and I expect to see my Modern Events Calendar sidebar, as you can see it here. Now it's okay. Now it's beautiful. It's very nice now. So I like it. So look at this. We have date here. The date, the start and end. We have the time and the note that I added. It might take up until 6 p.m., 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. We have it here. We have the cost that I added in event details. If you remember more info, the Zoom link, I can click on it. And if I click on it, I will be directed to a new page because I said, I don't want you to open it in a current window. Then we have labels, the billable course that we added, and I will show you what does this label really do on the calendar page. Our purpose was not to show it on the single event page, really. My purpose, actually. Maybe some people want to show it on the single event page, but I didn't want to show it on the single event page. I was actually thinking about showing it on my calendar page. I will show you how does it look on the calendar page. It's beautiful. Then we have the location, the place, the image for it. The category, which is wallable, then it is good for filtering options when it gets to shortcodes. And then we got the organizer, name, phone, email, everything, and the register button. And if I click on register, I'll be taken to the booking module here. I can select a date. You can actually set the number of dates or occurrences of the event displayed here in this section from the booking settings. It's very simple. If you go to my calendar settings, because it's an important part of it, because maybe you want to show more options to your users. If you want to do that, then it's very simple. You will go to booking. Modern Events Calendar has got a lot of features, thousands of them, to be honest. So if you want to learn about all of them, then these are the basics of it. But you can go to our documentations later on in the question and answer part. I will actually tell you about that. And also you can go to our help desk, webness.net/support, and ask for express the questions. They will definitely help you do whatever you need on your website. I just wanted to say that it's capable of doing everything, anything you need for an event website, believe me. So in date options, here we have a maximum dates. If I set it to 7, set it to 10, then the drop down menu here would show more than that. And I will have more options as a user to purchase, for example, that particular occurrence that I want. But in this case, I'm going to choose the first one, and I'm gonna buy 2 tickets. You remember I said we can actually add a maximum number of tickets for a single person. If I, for example, want to purchase 3 of them and I click on next, then, sorry, let me go back. 5. Okay, I then set it for rollable, I think. It wasn't saved. Yes, I actually deleted it. If you actually add 2 here, and update it. So here, definitely cannot purchase more than 2 tickets. Okay, it is now updated. I refresh this page. Because this is a very important option, a lot of people use it. That's why I'm trying to demonstrate how it works. If I actually add 3, so here, see, I will have this message, maximum number of tickets that you can book is 2. So I cannot book 3. So I have to click, enter 2 the field, and click in next, and then I can add my email and my name, for example. So there's a checkbox here. I hope you can see it based on my internet connection. I'm so sorry. Fill other attendees information like the first 4. So I want to purchase 2 tickets. Maybe I want to purchase a ticket for my friend. So if I uncheck this box, I can add another email address here for my friend and his name or her name, and then click on next. So the admin of the website will receive 2 emails and 2 names for these 2 tickets, but purchased under 1 account or 1 user in WordPress. But usually, most of the users do not have the time or the patience to actually fill the form for like 5 people, 5 different people. Maybe they don't need to do that. So it's a very good option to check this box here, and you can actually change this from the settings so that it is not, auto-checked here. But I think it's better to be auto-checked because users can see it, and if they don't want it, they can just uncheck it and go on with filling the form for 5, 6, or 1,000 other people here. So then click on next here. For example, I'm at Attendev trying to book your event. So I'm going to purchase 2 tickets, $118 here, and I set my payment gateway to pay locally. I will show you why. This is it. Pay locally means that I'm not going to pay anything right now, but when I go to the venue, to the location, I have to pay there in person to the event holder or the organizer. So next, we'll click on submit, and when we click on submit, thank you for booking your ticket. Tickets are booked, and the rest. So that's simple. But you might have this question that, okay, this is my single event page. I have my title here. I have the description that I added. We have the add to Google Calendar, or for example, iCal if we want. We have the countdown where you even start. We have the hourly schedule that we added, volleyball, blah, blah. And the booking actually module that we added, and the users can now purchase the events they want. So we have different, or I could say various payment gateways. I chose pay locally, but right now I'm going to show you the other payment gateways that you can actually use in Modern Events Calendar. You have a lot of options. So first, you'll go to settings under Modern Events Calendar, then in the booking section, under actually booking section, click on payment gateways. You can see that I actually set up my pay locally option here, and it is actually set as default in Modern Events Calendar. But you have a lot of other options. If you have a PayPal Express, you can check this box and you can set it up here. And by clicking on this read more, you can go to documentations and follow the instructions to actually set up your PayPal account. Or if you don't want to have a PayPal account, you can add a PayPal credit card as well. If you want both of them, you can check both of them and set them up. If you have, you want all of them, you can check all of them and set them up. If you have a Stripe, you have Pay by WooCommerce. I don't have WooCommerce installed on my WordPress, but if you have WooCommerce and you have set it up, then you can simply actually set up your WooCommerce, and it's very easy. You have also the documentation for it as well. Or you can set up your Stripe Connect here, and it's very easy. So I wanted to tell you that there are a lot of payment gateways here, especially WooCommerce, because it gives you a lot of possibilities if users want to pay for your events. So you don't have to worry about anything. If you have WooCommerce, then Modern Events Calendar has WooCommerce, and it's compatible with any kind of payment method that WooCommerce is compatible with. So that was a very important note that I wanted to make here. And this is for enabling the organizer payment module as well. If you have user dashboard, I told you the organizers can submit their own events and sell their events on your website. You will get your commission directly to your bank account, and the organizers will get the actually money from the sales of their events to their own bank accounts directly as well. But for that, definitely you need user dashboard add-on, and you can actually purchase it on our own website. So let's continue. So if you have these two events right now, you have the basketball event, and if I refresh this page as well, you can see that the sidebar will be added to this page as well, because we added these in appearance widget, make sidebar. You can see that I have date, time, location, category, organizer, social shares, map, and QR code. And I don't have the booking section because, as you remember, we created this with a wizard. I'm going to actually complete the information for this event as well. But how are we going to do that? So let me close this extra windows here. Okay, I'm going to go to my dashboard again. I will go to all events. From all events, you can actually click on edit here. And you can edit your basketball event here. We actually set it up with the wizard. So you have actually set up a lot of things like your title, your description, a lot of details about your event detail. For example, I want to set that, but just the event repeating was not in the wizard because it is a little bit more complicated. So you need to do it in your editorial space. So here I'm going to add, for example, certain weekdays again, but this one would be on Tuesday, Friday, and Sunday. Their pit won't end. Never. I don't want to end it. And I'll have our schedule for it as well. I'm going to add it here. The first one is this title, and this is the description. And it would be from 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. So I'm just going to add one. I wanted to add two, but it's okay. We don't have a lot of time now. So that's it. Then we go to location and venue. We have the city hall. See, you can add extra locations here. It has been written other locations. It's very easy. How do we do that? You can go to locations from your left side menu and click on locations and then add your locations there. Let me show you. It's very easy. It's just the same as what I did for location in my first event. So you can see that I have City Hall here. I will add a name, it's like a description, address, latitude, longitude, location, website, upload the image, and then add new location. Then I will have a new location here. And if I click here, I can add my extra locations here. You can see I can click City Hall. I have City Hall, are the same, but if you have an extra location, you can add it here. You can add as much locations as you like to your event. Then we have links. The same, I'm not gonna add a link to this event. Then we have organizer. You can add more organizers. You can add 5, 6, 7, any number of organizers you like. Again, the same thing from the left side menu. By clicking on organizers, you can go and create your organizer. And you will have to fill in the form for the name, the phone number, website, and the exact same things we filled for John Smith. Then we have the cost. The cost for it would be like $89. It's a little bit more expensive, and the schema that it's a schedule, so I'm gonna hold it there. Then the booking, I'm going to set it to unlimited tickets. Any number you like, you can purchase 1,000 tickets for yourself. Then no discounts, and yes, all occurrences will be purchased if you purchase one ticket. Then total user booking limits, I'm gonna limit it to 5, so you can purchase up to 5 tickets for this event. And add tickets here. Ticket name would be basketball course. Start time would be 9 or 10 up until 8 p.m. The description, a short one I needed this time, sorry. Okay, the price is $89 and the label or currency is dollars. Available tickets, unlimited, as I said before. Minimum number of tickets you need to purchase would be, for example, 2 this time. And stop selling tickets, no. And price per date, no, I'm not going to set for this one. Let's go to booking form. So you can adjust or set up your booking form from settings itself. Here, you'll go to booking, there's a booking form, click on it, and you can set it up. But here in the edit event page, if you uncheck this box, you can actually edit it right here as well. You have a lot of options. You can add text, email, if you have email, date, phone number, a file to be downloaded, everything to your form, booking form, where your, for example, attendee is going to register for that, for example, or buy that ticket from you. Their booking form will be opened and the user has got to write her name, email address, and for example, a phone number. I'm going to add a phone number here. You can make it required or not required. Maybe you need the phone number for your marketing procedures, strategies. You need the phone number for your attendees to call them later or send them text messages for your marketing procedures. So you can make it required. But in this case, I'm not going to make it required, and you need to insert the label for it. So I'm going to write phone number. Why we write TEL? Because it's a field that only accepts numbers. You can write something else here. Any number you need from your users. For example, if there is an ID number you gave to your users before, and you want to get it from your users before they can book for your next event. So you can have creativity here because they have there are a lot of options here. We have drop downs, we have radio buttons, agreement paragraphs, checkboxes, everything. So it depends on your needs. But to further customize your booking form, there is another add-on on our own website called Form Builder, Elementor Form Builder. Yes, I'm sorry. Using that, you can customize your form even, way more than this. This is just a simple, customizing, adding fields and this kind of things. But using that, you can change the arrangement of them, change everything, colors, everything. So you can actually get that add-on as well in order to, customize your add-on more than that. So everything is settled now. I will go and update this event as well. So now we have our 2 events. Now I want to show you how to show them on different calendars and on our website. Let's see how does it look first. I don't know what's wrong with my local host. I'm so sorry, it takes a bit of time. It was faster than this. Okay, so now we have the sidebar, we have the cost. I added it, if you remember. Time, location, organizer, the category basketball. I didn't add tags. I'm not gonna filter it with tags, but it's good if you add tags as well. I have the countdown. I have hourly schedule, the fun thing I added here, and book events for the different occurrences here, the 6 in the settings that I actually showed you. So here, if I wanna purchase 1, can I purchase 1? No, because to book basketball course ticket, you should book at least 2. If you remember, I actually set a minimum ticket for this event to 2. It means that if you want to purchase this ticket, at least you need to purchase 2. So everything is settled here. I'm going to purchase 2 tickets from this event as well. So phone number, for example. This is a phone number for me, and next. So you can see that in the booking form, I have the phone number added as well, because I added the TEL. If you remember my booking form, I needed to get the phone number as well, but it was not required, because if I didn't fill that form with my phone number, I could still click on next. Then I have to pay $178. Then I go to the location of the event. Okay, now I purchased this event as well. So let's go back to our back settings. So how do you see how many people booked your events? In your WordPress backend, you will see another tab here called bookings. By clicking on bookings here, you'll be redirected to this page where it can show you how many events or tickets have been purchased. You can see that, for example, my volleyball course has been purchased for by one person, sorry, for 2 tickets, and the basketball course as well was purchased for 2 tickets by 1 person. The confirmation pending, verification waiting, and book date, and all the information you need, the location, order time, and these kind of things. So if you sell your events or tickets using WooCommerce, Stripe, or any other payment gateway, these information will be actually here in bookings. If you want to add a custom booking here, add booking, you have this option here as well that you can add your booking. But since we don't have a lot of time, let's go to shortcodes. Now, I want to show my events on a calendar on my website. I'm going to do it as fast as I can. So first of all, you will go to shortcodes under Modern Events Calendar menu. When you click on this, you have a lot of views here. You can see a lot of views. Like Modern Events Calendar has got like 50 plus layouts for your calendar page. So these are just some of them. So if you have full calendar tile view up until like timeline view, I'm going to choose the full calendar because I really like it. And I think it's the most complete. So in order to implement this into your website, first you need to copy this shortcode for it, then go to pages, click on add new, like this. Then in your new page, for example, write volleyball course or courses. Let's just say that. Then add your shortcode in this page. So you see, I didn't even go to Elementor to edit it, just that simple. Then I'm going to publish it right away. You might say that this calendar page is going to display all the events. Yes, for the time being, this shortcut is going to show all the events that I have on my Modern Events Calendar. It means the volleyball course, the basketball course, and the courses that were actually built on Make as samples. So I'm going to show the page to see if all of these events are actually there. So view page. Okay, so this is the calendar view. I'm going to click on tile view, so you have these options here on top. So you can see these are the pre-built actually events on Modern Events Calendar. You have to delete them. I didn't delete them because we don't have time. This is my volleyball course that you can see. That this is the label that I said, which says that this event is featured. And this is the tile view. You can see that it starts on 21st September. The next occurrence on 23rd September. Next occurrence is on 25th. And then the next event is the basketball course, which is on 25th September. And so you have this kind of view, but you don't have a load more button or anything, so you can see what are the rest of the events. But in full calendar view, you have the search option that you can search for events. You can, choose a particular date on the calendar to see if there is any occurrences on that particular date. And your visitor or your attendee, when they come to your website, they can simply come here and click on your, for example, 31st September event and go to its single event page that we already created. Here, you can see, and they can simply, by clicking on register or coming here to the booking form, reserve this ticket for themselves. So this is how it works. This is a calendar page. By clicking on an event, they will be directed to that single event page, and they can actually book that event. That's simple. But the question is that, for example, we don't want to show any other event but the volleyball course and the basketball course on this calendar page. We just want to get rid of these like pre-built events on this shortcode. How should we do that? So go back to your WordPress backend, then go to shortcodes again by clicking on it under Modern Events Calendar. Then here is my full calendar that I used. Click on edit. By clicking on edit, you will go to the settings of the full calendar view. So you have different skins for it. You can see this is not just for the full calendar. You can change the skin totally from this first option here. You can go to list view, to weekly view, map view, available spot, or any other kinds of views that you want to show your calendar page when for the first time user goes and opens the page and sees the page. So I'm just gonna leave it on full calendar because I like this skin. Then the start date of your calendar to show the events could be today, could be start of the current month, for example, from the 1st of September, or start of next month. It depends when your event is going to start, really. So based on that, you can choose the best option here for your calendar to show from what date it will actually show your events to your attendees or visitors. The default view, let's say I like tile view, it actually shows a kind of sample of it next to it as well, so you can see how does it look if you click on it. So I'm going to go with tile view, I really like it. Then monthly cleaner style, again, there's a sample view next to it. This is novel, this is simple. I really like the clean view, it's more modern. And events per day could be actually, sorry, I will leave it to 0. So if in one event, in one day you have like 3 events, so you can add it 3 here, and the 3 events will be shown next to one another, or they will be shown that there are, for example, 3 events on this single day, and it will be shown on the calendar itself. But I'm gonna just leave it because the system that says right now is okay. Then you can turn off the list view, you can turn it on, it depends on your choice. You can change the date formats. For changing these date formats, you can actually go and read our documentation. We have like 6 or 7 different types of date formats for different countries and different use cases. You can go and read that to know how to change these date formats. It's very easy. You can change it from settings, general options, and but you need to know what date format you need in order to go and change it. You can turn on the grid view, tile view, yearly view that you have on this calendar, but none of these are very important, but the last one. Here, you can turn on booking button so that your user doesn't have to click on your event and come into the event to book the event. They will be actually given a button on the calendar itself, on that particular occurrence of the event, and they can click on it and book the event right from the calendar page without entering your single event page. So this is one option that I like. I myself like it, so I just keep it enabled. And then when your visitors click on your events, they can be actually opened in separate windows if you choose this option, and they can be opened in a model pop-up if you click on this option. But I don't like the pop-up, but just to show you how does it look, I will click on it so you can see that how does it really look. Display contents image is pop-up. Yes, I want to show the featured image as well, so I will click on it. In the pop-up, you will have the image as well. Now, let's get to more important things. We have something called filter options here in our shortcode settings. As you remember, I added 2 categories, the basketball and volleyball, and I said that I just want to show those basketball and volleyball events on my shortcode. So I'm going to choose these 2 for this particular shortcode. You can separate them or filter them based on locations, organizers, labels, tags, authors, expired or ongoing events. But here, we are going to do it based on categories. And since we do not have a lot of time, I can't explain all of them, but they are just the same as the one that I'm just doing right now. It's very simple. You will click, you will choose, and that's it. So in Reddit, it has been written, you will see only those categories that are associated to at least one event. So I clicked on the categories, I added my booking button to my calendar page, I added the model pop-up or changed the separate video to model pop-up, and then I have my image in my pop-up as well. I'm gonna update the calendar page. We're going to see these changes or modifications on a calendar page now. Okay. So this is my our calendar page. Let's refresh the page, see what happens. Okay, let's see. So you see that the other events are deleted. We just have the volleyball course, they date 21st September. We changed the view to list view. We turned off the tile view. Sorry. Then 23rd September, 25th, now we have the basketball course. And when you scroll down, you can see that there are only these 2 events on this shortcode. You don't see any other events here. Also, I turned on the load more button from the shortcode settings as well. If you click on it, it will load more occurrences of the same events on this calendar. You can also change it to monthly to see the monthly view. We have events on 21st, 22nd, and rest of them. If you click on them, you can see the events here. You see it, feature, the label. Here on 25th, we have 3 occurrences of volleyball course. We have basketball course. Then you can click on weekly. On weekly, you can see that Big 4 has got lots of events here. Like they're all actually listed here. On daily view, it goes day by day. Like for 25th, you have these events. Okay. That's almost finished, but if you want to have more than one calendar page with, for example, you have a lot of events, like 20 events, 30 events, or maybe 100 events, and you want to show them not only on one calendar, you want to show them on 10 calendars. The same procedure goes on. It means you have to go under Modern Events Calendar menu, click on shortcodes, and then choose the shortcode you want. For example, you want a carousel view. You will copy this, then you will go to add a new page here. Then add the title of that page based on the category, location, label, anything you want based on your events. And then add the shortcode there and simply publish your page. And again, if you want to filter that carousel view, which is here, this is it, click on edit simply and filter down those events you want to show in the carousel view. You can scroll down and you can see in this filter options section, you can filter them based on categories, based on locations, based on organizers, labels, tags, and rest of them. So that's it from me. I hope that you enjoyed this webinar. I know that these were only the basics for Modern Events Calendar, and I know that a lot of people here may know all of this, but because of the time that they didn't have a lot of time, we had to go on with the basics for Modern Events Calendar. But if you have any other questions, complicated ones, technical ones, sales ones, we are here to answer your questions.
Awesome. Let's go ahead and answer the couple questions that we have here right now. Sumolings, if you have any questions, now is your time. We're only going to take about 5 minutes on these, so go ahead and submit. The first question that came in was, is it possible to import events from the events calendar into Modern Events Calendar?
Yes, of course. Of course, we have got this, I don't know if I call it integration. Yes, we have different integrations with different apps like the Events Calendar, Event Manager, Meetup. I don't remember, it's like 5 of these third-party plugins that you can actually import the events from them to Modern Events Calendar. It's actually in the settings. You can go to the settings, and then from the settings, you will go to import and export options, and simply you can add your CSV or any type of file that you get from Events Calendar that you actually integrated with Modern Events Calendar, and actually export it and import it into Modern Events Calendar. So that's yes, that's a yes. We have the documentation for it as well. If you go to webness.net, docs, D-O-X, I mean, / Modern Events Calendar, then you can search anything you want in that filter. And for example, if you search import / export, you will definitely find documentation for importing from third-party plugins.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. The other question we have here is, can you please show the discount per user role ability?
Yes. Let me share my screen again. Where is my, sorry. Okay, sorry. So it's a little bit complicated because I'm going to show the volleyball course that I created already. In the booking section, you can see that discount for logged in members. Here we have that. But for this option that we're going to add, for example, a discount for the users. For example, if you read it, even you can provide a discount to login users for tickets prices. This discount is in percentage. This is very important that when you add a number here, this is based on percentage. It's not based on dollars or the currency itself. So if I add 5 here, then there will be a 5% discount on the price for the logged in members. But you need to bear in mind that for this particular feature here, you definitely might need the add-on user dashboard for your Modern Events Calendar, and you need to purchase it from webness.net, our website itself. And when you have that, add-on, all of your attendees will have their own dashboards on your website. And when they want to book an event, they have to log in using their username and password. So when they log in, you can actually set different roles for your attendees, for the people who booked your event. And based on those roles, these discounts will be actually added to their deals without they understanding if they are having for example, discount or not. You can actually show it on your single event page, or you can just hide it and they will purchase the ticket for for example, less, cheaper price. That's it.
Awesome. Thank you so much. That's it for the questions that we have for today. So thank you again for walking us through all of that. Sumo links, if you have not already, you can go to AppSumo right now to redeem your codes for Modern Events Calendar. You can go ahead and check it out and browse. Also at appsumo.com/modern-events-calendar. Starting at just $59 for a lifetime deal. And of course, it is backed by AppSumo's 60-day guarantee. So you can go ahead and get started, play around with it, and see how it works for you. We'd love to hear all of your reviews and everything you love about the tool. So go ahead and leave those in the comment section of the deal page. And of course, if you have any more questions that we didn't get to answer today, you can also leave those questions on the deal page as well. Thank you so much, Hakan, for everything. Really appreciate this walkthrough.
Sure thing. You're welcome.
Awesome.
I hope that they could use this information. I know it was very, basic things, but yep. Bye. Thank you very much. I think
it was great. It was very, very thorough. So I appreciate it. Thank you all so much for joining.
Thank you very much.
Have a good one.
Thank you very much.